now it's time for me to give you the feedback. Okay. So first of all, I'll highlight your strong point.
Okay, ma'am.
The first thing is your good communication skill. Your communication skill is very, very good. And this is the most important need of this job, right? A good communication skill. Now, the second is you're very confident. That is also very, you should be, when you're confident, then it creates a very positive energy around you. So you can attract, the person before you very easily. So keep it up. Okay. But don't be overconfident at the same time. Right now you're at a very right level of confidence you have, right? You're at a very right level. So do not decrease it. And there is no need to increase as well. Okay. Now, and you are an experienced candidate. You already have experience in sales, right? And that is reflecting in your each and every responses. That is very, very good. Okay. Now coming to the things that in which you are lacking, the things you need to improve, because there is still scope for the improvement. Coming to the intro. Okay, now let me highlight one by one, everything one by one. Okay, so we have started with the intro part. So your intro was definitely very, very good, right? But I felt it is a bit short.
Okay.
The ideal time of the interview, giving introduction is to 50 minutes to 50 seconds to 1 minute, sorry. 50 seconds to 1 minute. So, it should not be more than like 1.5 minutes, it will be very very elaborative, So what you can do, see, you are an experienced candidate, right? You have done so many things in the past. You have worked in multiple fields, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So see, interviewer is completely unknown to your personality, right? By just, reading the resume, he has a little overview about you. But with your intro part, with the live interaction, you can build a very strong impact about your personality to the interviewer by this intro only.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, because you have past experience in the sales field, you have done so many multiple things. You are a confident girl, you are a young girl. So what you can do, you can, tell them about your past achievements and how that achievements will help you in this job role. Whatever your past experiences are, try to align all that with the current job role that you're applying for. You have done that. You have mentioned about your past experience, but it can be little more elaborative. Why? Because that is a very strong point that you have. You're working in the same field, right? So आप 2-3 ऐसे instances बता सकते हैं कि आपने कैसे काम किया था पहले और उससे आपकी कंपनी को या आपने कैसे कन्विंस किया लोगों को और आपकी कंपनी को कैसे फायदा हुआ, right? Then you can, as you are a very, yes, you are a young girl, right? So you can tell them about your aspirations.
Okay.
So this will create an impact, like you are an aware person, you are an energetic person who wants to do, different thing in life. You're ready to like take every challenges, you're ready to do a different kind of thing. As a BDA also, a BDA, is a person who is very active, very energetic, right? Because you will be dealing with so many different customers, so many different situations. Like if you are a multi-dimensional person, if you have aspiration goals, that means you are a multi-dimensional person, right? So that means you have that talent to handle different kinds of things. So that will reflect like you have a talent to handle different kinds of customer who are having different mindset, right?
Yes,
so try to include all those points, and they can ask you this question, like your education was in a different field, and now you're changing your domain. So yes, you can say that in the past also you have experience of sales. It is not like you're coming from out of the blue and you're doing a completely different job. No, you already have that experience, right? And in your school and in your colleges or in your work life, if you have organized any event, if you have participated in any extracurricular activity, or if you were if you're team leader or anything like that, you can include that also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, in job only, like if in job only I was leading a team, so that can also be
Yeah,
used.
yeah,
Like,
you should include this thing. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Right. Anything which adds to your personality now, anything that can add to your personality, just include it. Right.
Okay, ma'am.
But it should not be very, very elaborative, but in, short, in briefly, you can explain them about all those things.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. See, let's come to the sales based question, scenario based question. Okay.
Yes,
Like how to sell a old newspaper.
yes,
right.
ma'am.
See, so you asked me that if you have to act like the salesperson or you just have to explain, right?
Yes, ma'am.
See, when you will ask an interviewer, now he or she will tell you the way you want.
Okay.
Right? He is not there to guide you. He is there
Yes,
to
ma'am.
judge you. The person, the interviewer is there to judge you. Right?
Okay,
It would be better if you act like a salesperson. This is not any, I'm not asking you any academic question, right? That you're explaining me, you're explaining me the theory, I will do this, I will do that,
Yes,
I will bring this point, that point. No, just act like one. See, you are already experienced candidate, right? When you pitch any product, before that, what you do? You greet the person, right?
Yes, ma'am. Greeting.
You
Yes, ma'am.
don't,
Hello, how are you?
yes, you don't directly start pitching the product. You
Yes, ma'am.
direct, हम directly मुद्दे की बात नहीं करते. Before that, we greet the person,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So before pitching any product, just try to know about the person, what he is doing now, what he is doing currently, what he is going through, a little idea. So that will help you to build a connection between you and the customer. That is
Yes,
called
ma'am.
rapport building,
Okay,
right?
ma'am.
So very softly, you should reflect your soft nature, because generally it is human mindset that we can easily connect with the person, with the soft person, right? With the
Yes,
person who
ma'am.
is humble, right? With the person who is having more patience level. So from asking this, if you will directly start pitching the product, it will feel like you don't have patience for rest of the thing, right? You're
Yes,
only
ma'am. Yes,
interested in selling the product. So try to connect with the person, try to build that bond and trust, right? Only
yes,
then
ma'am.
the person will listen you. Only then the person will have that patience to listen you. So
Yes,
first you
ma'am.
have to create a bond, right? Generally, we don't talk to unknown people, right? If
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
going
Yes.
anywhere, out of the blue, we don't started talking any random people, right? So the customer is also a unknown person to you, and you are a random person to the customer. So how will the person will connect you? With this connection building, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
first
ma'am.
greet them, and all the situation based question and all the sales based question, it will be better if you act like a salesperson. And if the interviewer is asking you so many questions, right, in that case, it will be a bit boring, like every time you're acting. So in that case,
Yes, ma'am.
in one or two question, you can just explain, right, what you're gonna do. But most of the question, rest of the question, try to like act like a salesperson.
मैम तो इन क्वेश्चंस में मैम हिंदी यूज कर सकते हैं बिकॉज हिंदी में
Yes.
ना थोड़ा फ्लो
हाँ
मतलब
हाँ
आ
बिल्कुल
जाता है
कर
मेरा.
सकते हैं आप. जो ये सिनेरियो बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है उसमें डेफिनेटली हिंदी कर सकते हैं. तो पहले जैसे मुझे आपको एक ओल्ड न्यूज़पेपर बेचना है, राइट? तो आप क्या करोगे? पहले मुझे ग्रेड करोगे, लाइक मैम हाउ आर यू, यू नो व्हाट यू डू, व्हाट इज योर प्रोफेशन. क्योंकि न्यूज़पेपर का प्रोफेशन से बहुत ज्यादा कनेक्शन होता है.
यस मैम. ओके.
आप मेरी पर्सनालिटी को थोड़ा सा ट्राई करने की कोशिश करोगे कि मुझे दुनिया की अवेयरनेस के बारे में जानने में कितना इंटरेस्ट है, राइट? सो फिर आप बोल सकते हो कि मे बी आपने ग्रीट करोगे मेरा वो पूछो, देन यू कैन से दैट मैम आई एम हैविंग दिस न्यूज़पेपर, दिस इज एन आउटडेटेड न्यूज़पेपर, बट मे बी इसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन आई है. ठीक है, अभी लेटेस्ट कोई भी जो सिचुएशन चल रहा है आप उसके बारे में बता सकते हो. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कुछ दिन पहले हम कंट्रीज में वॉर चल रहा था ना, लाइक यूक्रेन वॉर. सो आप ये बोल सकते हो कि आपने शायद बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन इसमें आई है जो आपने शायद मिस कर दिया हो, पहले, क्योंकि आप एक बहुत ही प्रोफेशनल और अवेयर पर्सन है, तो आप डेफिनेटली इसके बारे में जानना चाहेंगे. एंड बिकॉज इट इज अ ओल्ड न्यूज़पेपर, सो वी आर सेलिंग इट फॉर डिस्काउंट ऑल्सो. एनीथिंग दैट कैन कन्विंस द कस्टमर, राइट? सो आप इसको ले सकते हैं. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर, इसका और भी कहीं पे आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. लाइक इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ ऑल्सो, वी यूज न्यूज़पेपर्स.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
For like, yes, ma'am. Storing
Yes.
things or like cleaning or like
Storing
anything
things,
like that.
like cleaning the glasses, cleaning
Yes,
the
ma'am.
mirror, you know, or you can use it as a rack sheet also, or the
Yes,
cover
ma'am.
for your books also. There are so many different uses of the newspaper,
Definitely.
right? And like, how will you send that microphone to the deaf person, like earphone to the deaf
Ma'am.
person? So you should it is not necessary that the person is completely deaf.
Okay, ma'am.
So partially deaf person also, like earphone is dangerous for the normal person. It is scientifically proven that over and
Okay.
excessive use of earphone can damage anyone's ears, right? So it can damage eardrums, right? So when the person is already a deaf, let's say he's a partially deaf, then using a earphone can make him a complete deaf person.
Okay.
तो आप क्या बोल सकते हो कि ठीक है, आप इसको बाई कर सकते हो. अगेन आपने ग्रीट नहीं किया, ठीक है, आपने बस एक्सप्लेन. यू फर्स्ट यू हैव टू ग्रीट द पर्सन. अभी डेफ पर्सन को तो मे बी ईयरफोन की जरूरत नहीं है, तो आप उसके बारे में जान के ये पूछ सकते हो कि आपके घर में कौन कौन है, राइट? तो वो कैसा है, तो यू कैन से कि यू कैन टेक दिस, यू कैन गिफ्ट, आप इसको किसी को गिफ्ट कर सकते हो. यू कुड हैव आस्क ऑल दिस थिंग. For example, you're asking me, like, for example, I am that person, right? So you could have asked me, who all are the members in my home. So I may answer you like, I have my brother. So you can say that you can gift it to your brother, maybe his birthday, or the festivals are coming, right? And you can purchase it now and you can store it. And when there is a perfect occasion, you can gift to your brother. You could have asked all this thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, you should know, आपको अच्छे से पता है कि बीडीए का जॉब रोल क्या है, बट बायजूस का प्रोडक्ट आप सेल करने जा रहे हो, तो you should know about the features of the Byjus product.
Yes, ma'am.
There are some exclusive features of the Byjus product. So what is exclusive features? The features which only Byjus provide. It is not provided by any other edutech company or any other company, right? So आप किसी को भी, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई ask you a question कि me and my husband both are working and हम दोनों मिलके अपने चाइल्ड को पढ़ाते हैं, तो we don't need it. So आप ये कह सकते हैं कि first again you will greet them, right? Then you will try to know कि उनका occupation क्या है, उनका working hours क्या है. Maybe क्योंकि एक working है तो उनके लिए already job है, फिर they have household responsibilities also, right? Then teaching a child, it will be very hectic for them as well. Maybe they are not getting their personal time because of all these things. ठीक है? So then you can say कि you and your, I know that you are capable of teaching your child, but still you may be using the conventional teaching methods like pen and paper or chalk and board method, right? But when your child will join our Byjus product, here we, use all the advanced technologies to, teach their child. And today is the era of the advanced technologies. जब दुनिया इतनी आगे बढ़ रही है, तो आप अपने चाइल्ड को इतने ओल्ड एंड ट्रेडिशनल मेथड से कैसे पढ़ाएंगे? क्योंकि नाउ शी इज इन क्लास 6. Now she is competing with the student of her own class. She is limited to a constrained area now. But in Byjus, there are students from all over the country now, even from out of the country also. Now in Byjus, there are students from Dubai, there are students from Saudi Arabia also now. So she will be competing with the student all around the country, right? So real competition वो कितना अच्छा कर पा रही है, ये तब पता चलेगा जब उसका competition का जो area है वो ज़्यादा बढ़ेगा, right? In a school also, and Byjus is it provide a extra helping hand to the student. It is a replacement of the tutors. I'm not saying that school is not good for her. Yes, her school, वो part आपका अच्छा था कि आपने किसी भी चीज को बिल्कुल criticize नहीं किया. No, only our product is good. No, ऐसा भी कोई हमारा attitude नहीं होना चाहिए. So आप कह सकते हैं कि अभी हो सकता है कि आपके पास खुद इतना काम है तो आप अपने child को उतना time नहीं दे पाए, right? Or in Byjus we are having expert teachers. It is not like कि अभी कोई भी इंसान है जो well qualified हो तो it is not necessary that the person will have a good teaching skill. The person is having a good teaching skill. It is not necessary. Pedagogy skill is different, right? In Byjus we are having teachers who are selected on this on this basis only. Right? Who are not only good in the content part, but they are also having a very, very good teaching skills, because Byjus trained their teacher accordingly, according to the need. So आप उनको ये बोल सकते हो. And rest everything was good, right? Keep it up. आपको now like you have, when I was asking you the question, suddenly you were answering in English, right? Suddenly you start responding in Hindi. But before switching the language, it would be better if you take permission from them. Okay ma'am, can I speak in Hindi? Or you can say like I think you're comfortable in speaking in bilingual, right? English and Hindi mix up. So you can take the permission like, ma'am, can I speak in bilingual language? Can I use both English and Hindi?
In the start of the interview, can I ask this for like when they are starting with the question?
So in the start of the interview, or when they are asking any question and you're feeling like it would be better if you respond in bilingual language, and that time also you can say ki, but at the start of the question it will be better. अगर आप बीच में रुक के पूछोगे तो ऐसे लगेगा कि you are blank, so you are diverting the topic or diverting the things to the different direction.
Yes ma'am.
And anything else? And rest everything was good. Now coming to the academic parts, your academic is really good, and I would not say कि आपको बहुत ज्यादा कुछ करने की जरूरत है. So जहां पर भी आप अटक जाते हो तो please take apologize from them. और जब वो पूछेंगे कि why will they hire you, why should they hire you? Because you're creating a negative impact by not answering the academic question. So you can say कि ma'am, I have studied all this thing in my school and college, but because of this time gap, I'm not able to recall it. Right? But ma'am, I will ensure that before joining as a BDA, I will brush up all this topic. And I will ensure that whatever parents are asking from me, I will try to answer it. And apart from that, if they are asking me some very critical question, so I can convince them that I am a BDA, my job is to tell you about the product, to sell you the product. But for the academic part, we have academic specialist. Right? We have tutor. So you can take the product. We have 15 days trial thing. You can return the product if you are not convinced with it. So you can take the product, take the trial classes, and you can check this content part of our team from that online classes. Right.
तो मैम उसमें हम क्या बोलेंगे कि हम एज अ बीडीए हमारा क्या मतलब मेन
देखो पहले तो आप ये बोलेंगे, पहले तो आप इंटरव्यूअर को ये बोलेंगे कि आप सारी चीजों को अच्छे से ब्रश अप करेंगे जितना भी हो सकता है. पहले तो ये बोल के आप खत्म कर देंगे, ठीक है. अगर वो आपसे क्रॉस क्वेश्चन, आप इंश्योर करेंगे कि आप सारे क्वेश्चन का अच्छे से आंसर करें. फिर अगर वो आपको क्रॉस क्वेश्चन पूछता है कि आप कितनी चीजों को ब्रश अप करेंगे, लाइक दिस ना, कोई क्रिटिकल क्वेश्चन भी अगर वो आपसे पूछ लेता है, तब यहाँ पे आपको ये बोलना है कि आप उनको इंश्योर करेंगे कस्टमर को कि आपका जॉब है बीडीए का, ठीक है, टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट, टू टेल देम अबाउट द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, राइट, टू टेल देम एवरीथिंग अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट. बट आप वो इंसान नहीं है जो स्टूडेंट्स को पढ़ाएंगे, उनके बच्चों को यू आर नॉट गोना टीच, राइट. फॉर दैट इन बायजूस वी आर हैविंग एक्सपर्ट टीचर, top educators of the country, right? academic specialist, they are gonna teach you. Now अगर उन्हें ये जज करना है कि वो इतने skillful हैं कि नहीं, उसके लिए they can take the product, 15 days का ट्रायल सेशन ले सकते हैं, और जो टीचर है, जो एक्चुअल टीचर है, जो उनके किड्स को पढ़ाएंगे, उनके नॉलेज को, उनके कंटेंट को और उनके पढ़ाने के तरीके को जज कर सकते हैं.
Okay, yes ma'am.
Right. So Swikriti, anything else that you want to ask from me?
मैम जैसे अकेडमिक में ही या बाय चांस किसी और भी चीज में, जैसे मान लो आपने टैग लाइन भी पूछ लिया था बायजूस का, वो भी नहीं मुझे पता था, ऐसी मतलब वहां पे एक्सवाइज कुछ भी पूछते हैं और मुझे मान
तो
लो नहीं
आप
आता है.
अपोलोजाइज कर,
हाँ.
सॉरी मैम अभी मेरे को नहीं पता है, आप ऐसे बोल सकते हैं. टैगलाइन ये सारी चीज इतनी बड़ी चीज नहीं है. सो आप ये बोल सकते हैं कि आपकी जब ट्रेनिंग होगी तो आप इन सारी चीजों पे फोकस करेंगे. जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट स्किल है दैट इज कॉन्फिडेंस, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, आपको इसका एक्सपीरियंस भी, ये सारी चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. बाकी की जो चीजें हैं यू कैन बिल्ड इट with the time, with the training. And tagline is fall in love with learning. Tagline of the Byjus is fall in love with learning. Why they ask this question? Because they want to know how aware you are about the company in which you are applying, and like how aware person you are about the job role, and if you are interested in learning new things or not. Because in BDA you will be facing lot of challenges, sudden challenges.
Ma'am, I think if I'm not wrong, I have read in many places that they will be like intentionally creating like pressure environment, like so that we get little bit nervous that I am not answering it correctly or something, and like I will get little bit nervous, और जितना आता भी है मेरे को तो I will be like little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course they can. Cross question करके, जो मैंने भी आपसे cross question किए थे, उसका motive यही था, क्योंकि BDA की job है ना, there you have to handle lot of pressure, okay?
Yes ma'am.
Because every day you're meeting with new people, you have to sell the product. Mindset of each and every parents are different. They can ask you anything, different background, different situation. So when you will deal very frequently with different attitudes of the people, it will create a pressure on you. So this is what they are trying to check, if you can by creating such a pressure full environment, they are trying to check if how well you are able to handle that pressure. So क्या होता है, जब हमारे पास प्रेशर होता है तो हम अपना कॉन्फिडेंस लूज कर देते हैं, और फिर हमें जो चीज आती है उसको भी प्रॉपरली तो नहीं बता पाते हैं. तो आपको अपना कॉन्फिडेंस लूज नहीं करना है.
ओके,
राइट. कुछ ना कुछ आपको बोलना है, आउट ऑफ द ब्लू भी नहीं बोल देना है कि कुछ भी बोल दे रहे हैं, बट ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आपको बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट आंसर, तो नोबडी कैन गिव द एग्जैक्ट आंसर टू द सिनेरियो बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. बट क्या है कि ठीक है, मेरा माइंडसेट कुछ और है, मैं कोई और आंसर आपसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रही हूँ, आप कुछ और आंसर दे रहे हैं, ठीक है. लेकिन यही तो जॉब रोल है कि एक डिफरेंट माइंडसेट वाले इंसान को कैसे आप कन्विंस करेंगे अपनी बातों से, राइट. So basically, as a BDA, you should have a very, very good convincing skill. Apart from the communication is one thing, but convincing skill is the other thing. Lot of person has a good communication skill, but not necessarily the convincing skill, right?
Yes,
so a BDA is one who is having the combination of both of these qualities.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are a very suitable candidate, okay? Just work on these areas, and I know मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि you will be able to like go through it. And formal attire, ये तो आपको शायद पता ही होगा कि जब भी real interview होगा,
no,
you should wear formal attire, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Actually, because if by chance, ma'am, because I have like come to other place for some days ना, मतलब hometown में, so like वहाँ पे है like, so what I can do, like
so you can manage. You can manage, go with the plain shirt or kurtas, like that formal attire.
और मैम like what about like polo t-shirt or black polo t-shirt या फिर black t-shirt?
black t-shirt, black plain t-shirt will be a very good option, because the Byjus also employees wear black t-shirt only. So but it should be plain, it should be not very highlighting one, because the center of attraction should be the you, not anything else, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And background, you can switch to some plain background, or you can put the curtains behind the doors, like
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
just manage.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
it will
ma'am.
be
Got it.
better if you keep your hairs to the back side. You can
Okay, ma'am.
open it also, but
Okay.
right, open bhi
Yes,
kar
ma'am.
sakte ho, but it is not like it is coming to your face, or like that.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
And ma'am,
And
by
that
chance, if I
relocation, and the last question,
हाँ,
that are you ready to relocate it?
yes,
So,
yes, ma'am.
देखो, as a BDA job, you have to travel, to the different places. So it
Okay.
was looking like you are not confident about relocating. You should not
Yes,
look
ma'am.
confused. So आप सोच लो कि आपको उसको क्या कॉन्क्रीट, ये सारे ऐसे क्वेश्चन है ना जहाँ पे आपके आंसर कॉन्क्रीट होने चाहिए, राइट? ऐसे कुछ टेढ़ा मेढ़ा या कंफ्यूजिंग आंसर नहीं होना चाहिए.
Okay.
So आप ऐसा कह सकते हो एट दैट टाइम, तो आप ये डेफिनेटली कह सकते हो कि यस, यू आर रेडी टू रीलोकेट. फिर
Okay.
आफ्टर योर
Okay.
सिलेक्शन यू कैन नेगोशिएट इट.
Okay.
Traveling is
It's
the very very
negotiable.
important, very very important part of the job role. अगर उसमें ही if you are not confident, if आपका ऐसा interest नहीं दिख रहा है, so
बट मैम अगर लाइक मुझे लगता था कि जहाँ जिस जगह पे वो बुला रहे हैं तो वहीं पे वो देखेंगे कि ट्रैवलिंग का वहीं पे मतलब
ऐसा कोई
एक्सपेक्ट होगा. बट
जरूरी नहीं है. वो सिर्फ
अच्छा.
आपसे इतना जानना चाह रहे हैं कि हाउ मच यू आर इंटरेस्टेड अबाउट द जॉब, and to what extent you can go for this job. Right, so they can ask, are you ready to relocate to Delhi or Mumbai or any place, right? You can get posting to any part of the country.
Yes, ma'am.
So you should be ready to relocate. This
Okay.
reflects your interest, your passion about the job.
Yes, ma'am.
And anything else?
मैम अभी तो नहीं आ रहा. बाय चांस मैम कुछ याद आता है मुझे जैसे जैसे, तो मैं लाइक सर के नंबर पे मैसेज करके पूछूं, या मतलब कुछ ऐसा है अलग
हाँ, आप
ऑल्टरनेटिव?
सर के नंबर पे मैसेज करके पूछ सकते हो, तो आई विल आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन. ओके,
ठीक है मैम. मैम और कहीं पे कुछ मैम जैसे कुछ भी पार्ट में मैंने कहीं पे मतलब कुछ थोड़ा बहुत मतलब करा हो, क्योंकि मेरी आदत है मतलब थोड़ा अटक अटक के भी कई
थोड़ा
बार
सा
बोल
आई
देती
कांटेक्ट को
हूँ.
आप बहुत बेटर कर सकते हो.
हाँ.
है ना, आप कोशिश
हाँ.
करिए कि जो भी आंसर दे वो सामने देख के एंड विद द फुल आई कांटेक्ट. Right,
Okay.
rest everything, your communication is good, your confidence level is good, you have the experience, just that ki you should have more convincing skill, or you should act like a salesperson. Act like a salesperson. You could have greet in the scenario based question. First you could have you could have asked about my background, right? About what I do, what I'm currently going through. First, before in this sales question, first you should try to connect, you should try to create a bond, then
Yes,
you should
ma'am.
pitch the product.